they really understand the concept behind it, and they really will know why they are celebrating it.
Not just celebrating
for the sake, because they need to get the concept.
We are celebrating Africa Day,
and that is the thing.
And when you ask them, what are you? Hold on, what are you celebrating? Oh, why is African Day?
Yes,
you need to read more.
Because Prime, like we know, a concept goes with a concept. You know, without a concept.
I like that one.
Yeah,
a concept goes with a concept.
Yeah, oh, for real.
For that one.
Yes, you know, teach, you know.
Wow.
And with that, the celebration becomes just like a party type of thing. So
what's going to happen at Labadi Beach tonight is not just a concept.
It's not just a concept,
but
the concept behind it that people really have to know, and so that when they come to Labadi Beach, through their joyful moment, they really know why they are really celebrating, the essence of what they are celebrating for. And I think that people, more education, like what we're doing now, must be more and more and more. Prime, to tell you about African unity, they have so many things, the aims and objectives narrate that make it very concrete as well, in terms of the security, you know, based on what Ethiopia really stood for, because Ethiopia at that time was only independent sovereignty of African nation, and the whole European countries come together to really fight Ethiopia. So based on the unity per se, first and foremost.
And at that time, we were not even free from colonialism in Ghana.
Yeah, we were not. You know, at that
and
time,
Ethiopia was being attacked by the West already.
So Haile Selassie realized that there is a need for we to come together in terms of unity, because the same way they come to Ethiopia, they might really come to Africa, Ghana, Kenya, the same way. So that's when the African High Command came into the system to defend international foreign aggression. Another one's about the economy, why the ADB came about, you know, African Development Bank, so that our money rallies around within our sector, because Africa is made up of rich minerals, and so we will be very strong when it comes to international policies dealing with our minerals and our resources. All these things, I think people have to revisit all these things again. Another one is about the educational sector, a very dicey point in terms of because way back they realized that the schools and institutions set up in Africa were based on just theory. And so there was a need for we to have a technical university, actually university level, so that we would train African students in the highest form of technology, and that's brought about tech. If you realize the hall, that's why if you realize the halls, you know, African Unity Hall, Katanga Hall. Katanga is a province in Kenya, you know that?
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's just to bring about the unity in
so
terms
even
of
the halls
education.
in the university, Kwame University of Science and Technology, were named after some African provinces.
Just to promote that unity. And I think, and that place was to train African students to the highest point of view, you know. Another thing and also it was a need for them to set up one African university to train African politicians, so that when they became leaders in their various countries, when they sat down at the round table dealing with African issues, they burned down what we call semantics, so that people wouldn't realize I'm a typical Nigerian, a typical Ghanaian, but unity will be the priority and accepted role in the conference that they do. In this time, we don't see that because they don't really understand themselves very well. We need to have these things.
Absolutely. Strong point there,
and also in terms of the sports, the social sport, that brought about the All-African Games, and also the African Cup of Nations. All these things were initiated and also about aims and objectives of African unity. So I think that we need to revisit the policies and objectives of African unity. And I wonder how the name has to be changed to OAU to AU, and because unity is a more strong terminology than union. Union comes like more softer than AU, but all the same, like a corporate company term. But the talkless of the name has been changed. I think the policy should still remain the same.
So no, the emphasis shouldn't be on just the name, from African Organization of African Unity to African Union, but the policy and objectives have to be looked at.
Absolutely. Very much important. And so, like I said, I urge everyone to pass through this eve and to pass through the La Pleasure Beach for this concert. Like the name goes, uniting African through reggae music. And so people have to really prepare for what positiveness in terms of the concert.
And that's the theme, uniting Africa through reggae music, and it features Hope of Africa, Kombolo, Naya Fire, Raskuku is here in the studio, Osajifo, Pupa Waizi, Hope Raskunta, and it's all about the concept behind the concept. Jago right there. Let me come to Hope of Africa. How seriously do you take a concept like this, I mean, on Africa Day?
You know, Africa Day is a special day for us, and you know, before you claim yourself as a reggae artist, you have to get a spiritual background in terms of, you know, you have to seek Jah to to lead you in all things. If you are reggae artist, you have to get the spirit of prophecy. And we came out with Hope of Africa. That was 2009.
Wow.
And we told them that Ghana is hope of Africa. If you check the history of Ghana, slave trade started from Ghana, and they take Ghanaians away to train, then they taught other African countries, So all these things, if you, in terms of African unification things, you see Ghana holding the flag and things. So all these things boil down that it means Ghana, the new name of Ghana is Hope of Africa. So as a reggae artist, if I'm coming in with positive conscious message for the people, I have to get conscious name. So I look around and just give us this name, Hope of Africa. And Ghana went to South Africa to play. They used that name for Ghana Blaster, as they are the Hope of Africa.
That's a strong
word.
We were the Hope of Africa. Yes. All the African countries dropped out.
Yes.
And Ghana was the Hope of Africa.
So me, Princess One Love is someone, a woman who has passion for reggae and reggae artists in Ghana more especially, because all the music has been it has become love, low conscious message, and this woman has put a lot of money in reggae music. She started 6 years ago, and this time around I say, hope I can't sit down and look this woman. If today is African Union Day, we have to come together to do something.
Absolutely.
So I'm giving my best, Tonight I'm giving my best. We are giving our
500%.
Yes. Because today is African Union Day. It's not we are blagging, but you need to see.
I like the way you. So for you, music is not just in vain. There's a spiritual aspect to what you're doing.
And music too. One thing, music is a tool of development. Now we don't have conscious message in the system. All the youth, you can because the kind of music they promote. Rasta can never sit down and look at all these things. We have to come and shape the system. So this time, we are the Hope of Africa. So we have to enlighten the people with Jah works and with Jah music.
Absolutely, Hope of Africa right here in the studio, and it's happening tonight. Princess One Love doing something with some of our great reggae artists. African Union Day, that's Africa Day. And it's about uniting Africa through reggae music. Uniting Africa through reggae music. And let's do this one from Kuku, and then we come and talk to Ras Kuku right here on 90.5 FM.
Yeah,